Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the show. Let's talk about it, where we talk about the things that people need to talk about but don't. But for all those who may not know who I am, I'm Reverend J. And today we're gonna be talking about one of my favorite subjects, money. Yes, yes. Now I know a lot of people don't want to talk about money, probably because you're not doing that well in that department in your life, because nobody likes to talk about the things that they struggle with. Now, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not rich, but I think I'm doing okay with making money and managing money. I need some more help, but I think I do a little okay. So today, we have some guests, financial planners, um, and let me tell you something. It is very important that you plan. Um, like everything else, they say that people don't fail to plan, or don't plan to fail. They just fail to plan. So likewise, when it comes to finances and money, the same principle rules. If you're going to be do well, you have to plan to do well. And let me tell you something. One of the reasons why I'm an entrepreneur, because there's some rules that that helps people who are entrepreneurs actually save more money than those who are not. So I'm asked Howard and Maggie to take a minute and just give some information about yourselves and your background.
All right. Thanks, Revj. Hey, everybody. My name is Howard. My background originally, before doing the financial services, was in the IT world. My background has been supporting the federal government and supporting our veterans. Being all in green, doing that corporate job, I'm helping the veterans, which is good. But like Rev Jay said, we're really not also helping ourselves. So, you know, like it or not, this world runs on money, but they don't teach us personal finances in school. And I was not taught how to create wealth or know how to protect that wealth until I got into the financial industry here myself as an entrepreneur, just like you, because there's a lot of upside benefits of not only truly owning your own business, but having something I can leave a legacy behind. But as we're all talking about money for now, there are tax benefits you get being a business owner versus anyone else. There's two tax categories out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, who doesn't like going on vacation and getting a tax write-off for it at the same time, especially when it's a
I
business?
know, right?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, enough about me. I would like to also introduce Maggie, coming from the corporate world herself, being a successful marketing director for a big internet company we would all probably know of if I mentioned it, like Groupon. But her new passion is to really help everyone here, me, you, Rev J, and everyone else. Because like I said, we aren't taught how to create wealth, but that's our new mission of 50-50 to educate 50 million individuals and families by 2050. But I don't want to put words in her mouth because she's right there, and I'll let her introduce herself to you guys.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you, Reverend Jay. It's a great pleasure to be on your talk show. And I'm very glad to be able to partner with an influencer like you, because this is Howard and myself mission for the rest of our life,
Mm,
where we are as a believer in the marketplace, we want to do something meaningful. And what can be more meaningful than teach people how to manage money better, tax better, and be able to save and make more money? Because just like Howard mentioned, these are the two subjects we were never taught. I have
yep.
MBA in finance, that is corporate finance. And believe it or not, in 2008, I don't know, Reverend Jay, if you experienced it, that was a bloodbath, right?
Oh,
From the
yes.
Wall Streets, right? Also into the main streets. And guess what? During that time, I was doing day trading and I lost a lot of money. And still till
Mm,
this day, every tax season, how it reminds me, this is how much you lost. We're still claiming the tax credits that we lost a lot of money. It's a high. It's close to $500,000, right? So this was a very painful lesson that I
mhm.
paid through my own way. Right, very high tuition. So that's why I looked into the industry, and I thought, what would be a what will this will be perfect. So right, I need to go into the industry to learn versus Google. because Google search, that is not the right place to start with any financial education. As we all know, right? Google has all sorts of information. So I started learning inside the industries, and later on, I feel this is a business I should do, because not only right we're helping millions, but also as a business owner, like Howard mentioned, we can become our own boss. Even though at that time Howard and I, we had a great corporate career, but still we work for someone, right? When you work for someone, someone controls your time. You don't
Yes.
have your time freedom, right? And this thing called a cell phone constantly reminding you. So that's why Howard and I later on we transitioned and we became business owner. And looking back, I felt that was really a turning point. Our life
Mm.
very different. And Reverend Jay, later on, I know you want to talk a little bit about entrepreneurship, right? Love to share that part with you because it is a great experience. I highly encourage everybody to try it, because not only you will have the tax benefits like Howard mentioned, but also the lifestyle is very different, right? You
Hmm.
control your own time, you create your own destiny. And I usually share this with my business team and associates. If we don't come from a millionaire family, how about let's create our own millionaire family,
That's good.
right? We can all do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
back to you. Yeah.
there's a lot of commonality here, Rev J, because like you said, we all like money. For you and us, that's our new mission. We take it to heart. We call
Yeah.
ourselves evangelists in personal finances. We provide, complimentary financial education, portfolio reviews, because we need to, like you said, not only create that wealth, but you talked about the ways that you got to protect that wealth. Because 2008 is unfortunately, is kind of repeating this year. This first half of the
Hmm.
year is the worst in history since like 1970, they said.
Mm.
High inflation and everything else. So once we create it, we gotta make sure we don't lose it.
Right.
And I'm
Look
sure
at
you're
the
gonna
gas
talk about
price. It is
yeah,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
And so again, guys, again, money matters. I don't care. Nobody tell you money matters. And again, so because it matters, you got to be thinking, got to be planning, got to be strategizing. You do not have to remain at the same income level that you are, but in order to get ahead, you may have to have a strategy. First, I want to talk to you really about saving, because saving is important. Um, when I was growing up, I hated the thought of saving. Because when I thought about saving, I thought that I had to give money away, save money that I don't have.
Mhm. Yeah,
But until somebody said something, they said, no, you save, but you save to invest.
absolutely.
And because 9 times out of 10, that may be the only way that you actually get ahead. Because eventually, if you have a job, you may have to have some extra money in order to take it out and be able to invest it in something else and make that money work for you. The goal in life is not to work for money, but get to the point where your money that you save
Well, work for
um,
you,
will
right?
begin to work for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let
Absolutely.
me tell you, I'm gonna tell you one. I'm gonna tell you a strategy that you can save hundreds of thousands, even thousands, automatically by mistake. The best way to save and save, if not hundreds and thousands, is to save automatically. I mean, that's what I do. I pay bills. I'm telling you, if I don't pay bills automatically, nobody's getting paid. I'm telling you. I'm glad this bill pay. I
Yeah,
go and I schedule it,
absolutely.
and it will come out eventually. And eventually the bill gets paid off. Then I'll get a letter in the mail saying, "Oh, your bill is paid off." I remember one time, I got this one letter in the mail and it says, "Stop sending us money. Your bill is paid off."
Oh, very good. That's a great problem to have, right?
yeah, it
So,
would
Yes.
feel great to get
yeah.
that.
So, how feel free to jump in, Reverend Jay. Right, I love your methodology to
Hmm.
save first, because we usually say, right, to pay yourself first,
Yes.
and also looking at U.S. families, right? Usually, two things are very well saved: house because we pay off mortgage automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 401k IRA accounts, because it's deducted automatically from our paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
So when we don't see it, we don't spend it. Right?
Yes.
We don't have the itchiness of trying to use the money, buy the next shiny thing, and that should be the principle for any other savings mechanism as well. And a lot of times, I also share with my clients the wealth formula. The wealth formula starts with savings. Without savings, we cannot invest. The wealth formula equals savings
Mm-hmm.
plus time compounding power
Mm-hmm.
plus or minus the rate of return. Depends on
Mm-hmm.
how how you invest, right? Don't repeat that my episode in 2008. Minus inflation, then right, inflation, that is very important. That we need to make sure we need to generating more than current inflation rate of return, right? If right now it's 6%, 7%, we need to make sure we at least generating more than that amount. Then
Mm-hmm.
minus the last one, guess what, Reverend J? So
I'll
we
say
do
again.
guess what is the last component or negative factor we need to consider
Oh,
minus.
what is that? I don't know.
Will be our tax, right? Our
Yes.
favorite uncle wants to get into every single pocket that we have, and we need to make sure to get rid of it as part of our wealth accumulation.
Oh,
So
wow.
it
Yeah.
all starts with savings. Without savings, we cannot invest. We don't have the chip. It's just like a poker chip. You don't have the chip
Mm-hmm.
to put
Mm-hmm.
on the table. Yeah. So definitely that's a great idea to do automatic saving. A lot of financial vehicles can allow you to do automatic draft. So it's
Yes.
out of sight. You don't have to use it. Howard, feel free to chime in.
Oh yeah, making it automatic, you don't even see it, so that means you don't even miss it. And
Yeah.
you'd be surprised. Some people think, "Oh, I need it, I need it." You'd be surprised how we are able to adapt. A single, saving a trip to Starbucks a day, saving $5 a day adds up to be a lot over the course of a year.
And no doubt about it. And a good thing about, like, again, and I've learned this over the years. And I practice the same thing. Like, one of the values of savings, or have like an insurance vehicle that you save in, your money actually multiplies. Now, there's one strategy where I think you should have. You should have a savings where you actually saving money into a bank account for a rainy day, because a rainy day is going to come. Trust me on
Mhm,
that one.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
and again,
We'll have
you can do that automatically. Just put aside $10, $20, whatever you think you're for right now, and just send it to a bank account, and make that your rainy day bank account. And then, of course, we're looking for a long-term investment, which is key,
mhm.
because if you make it to that old age, and you get to retire, you don't. The last thing you want to have to do is go get another job.
I know that's not fun, right?
Right?
You don't want to be the guy at Walmart giving out cards or saying hi to good Walmart greeter, right? When you
Right.
retire.
Yeah, yeah, right. And that's the that should be the goal. So that's my goal. When I'm done working, I want to be done working. I don't want to say, no what, I worked hard all my life, and because I did not save enough money or put it away into like a IRA or a Roth IRA, where your money just is not saved, it actually multiplies. Can one of you guys talk about that? How if you put money into like a Roth IRA, it actually multiplies?
Mhm. Yeah, Howard, do you want to
Yeah.
take that?
Oh,
Yeah.
so for those that aren't familiar, a Roth IRA is a qualified retirement account where you get the IRS tax benefits of putting money in after your tax money into an account to allow it to grow tax free, and you get to use it tax free at the end when you withdraw it. The caveat is you cannot withdraw until your age at least 59 and a half. So,
Yes.
but there's the pros and cons of any vehicle, and that's why we need to diversify with not only Roth IRAs but also other, like Revj was saying, a bank account. And in order to invest and grow our money, we really need to start with the foundations first, kind of like
Hmm.
building a house, a foundation. You have to have the emergency fund available first. For an emergency arises, you need to be covered in 3 to 6 months of your daily living expenses. Once you have that covered, then you could go into the riskier investments. Because generally, Roth IRAs, people put those into like the market. And if you've been paying attention to the markets of the past month, this past half a year,
I don't pay attention to it.
I don't want you to pay attention to it, right?
I'm just hoping that by the time it's all done, I have some money there.
Right. But see, for
Well,
the
client of
retirement
us, she even
Yeah.
said she deleted her app, so she doesn't see the market at all.
But we have to have the long-term horizon. Can't watch it every day because we don't need the money now. We can't touch it till 59 and a half anyway. In the
Yeah.
long term, it will grow. But there are other places that we can also give some downside protection as well. And that's where having people sit down with an advisor like myself, not to plug myself, but just anyone in general, to understand their situation and come up with a game plan. Like you said, we want a plan to save and create wealth. We don't want a plan to fail.
Right.
Now also again, now, like I said, the first strategy you need to have is saving for a rainy day. You need to have that. I think Dave Ramsey, he preached that. You got to have money saved for a rainy day. But also, again, one of the value of having insurance vehicle is that that money actually tax deductible, correct?
That is tax free. Yeah, it is. It's what's being called as a rich person's Roth. It's a much powerful tax free savings vehicle versus Roth. And this is actually a hidden secret. Not that many people that know there's another tax-free vehicle that we can leverage permanent life insurance. Within that, save large amounts of tax-free assets. A lot of rich and famous. So, for instance, just not quoting the name, the actor who played Wonder Woman's husband in Wonder Woman 84, right? He recently purchased this financial vehicle. One is he wants to protect his young family. He recently got married, right? This is a perfect vehicle for him, a permanent life insurance. Second, he wants to tuck away large amounts of cash and accumulating steadily away from the market volatility. He did it. It's very smart. He did it last year. So this year he's not affected by any of the market volatility, right? So he can focus more on building his acting career. So on top of that, a few years down the road, if he wants to retire early, this is the only vehicle he can access before age 59 and a half. I know many of our clients, especially young clients, they're believers of FIRE movements. We are also doers of FIRE movements. We want
what's FIRE movement?
Well, Howard, do you want to explain a little bit?
A lot of the new generation is catching on to the FIRE movement to save a lot early because they want financial independence, retire early, FIRE.
Okay.
Who wants to wait till 59 and a half? Because by that point, you may not be able to enjoy retirement. You can enjoy more when you're younger and able, physically and mentally.
Exactly.
And those Roth IRAs, you cannot touch that money till 59 and a half. So we like to offer up people opportunities to fill the midterm to long-term gap. Not only have a long-term solution, always wait till 59 and a half.
Yeah.
Because some people want to say the younger generation may want to buy a home 10, 15 years from wherever age they are. They need to access that money now without having to cashing out of the market. If the market's down, cash out to buy the home. And if there are any gains, pay taxes on it. Some vehicles out there allow you to borrow the money tax-free, and you could also put it back and let it continue to grow.
Now, I guess would you do me a favor? Because again, I deal better with pictures, and I'm sure a lot of people do also.
Yeah.
Like I know how it works. I know if I invest $3,000, when I go back to a year, 2-3 years later, I'm gonna have about $6,000, $7,000 in the account that I didn't pay into. I didn't put in there. So, can somebody explain how that works? How the interest works? Does it work like that? Like say for example, I invest $3,000 this year. I let it sit there for 3 or 4 years and don't touch it. And then about I would, hypothetically speaking, again, we all talking about numbers, all that stuff. I would have I won't just have this is what I can any insurance vehicle, I won't just have $3,000 in it 5 years later. I would have about probably say $6,000 in it.
So this is right. So a couple concepts, Reverend J, I can help you to more visualize how
Mm-hmm.
interest works, how interest rate works, how money double itself, right? So
Mm-hmm.
within our financial industry, we usually call it as rule of 72.
Okay.
It is a really easy to use rule of thumb. So it basically tells us our rule of thumb. It basically tells us how to understand how fast the money can double itself, right? In your case, right, your example, if we want to have the $3,000 double itself in 5 years, basically just using 72 divided by 5, that gives us the average rate of return or interest rates every
Okay.
year we have. That on average should be, if I do the quick math, right about 15%, right? 15 or 14%, right? Every year, not just
Wow.
right. So it's a pretty fast, rapid growth, right? But it's $3,000. And so that's why, right, when we look at rate of return, right, we know this is the pace we need to hit. And on the other side of the growth, right, understand the rate of return, that is risk. So if we
Mhm.
want to achieve that 15% rate of return in the next 5 years, for this $3,000 to double itself, that means we need to have a good risk management, right? If we went through, for example, last year's stock market, the market was great. We got 38%. But this year, looking at this year, it's already down more than 20%, right? So that tells us not only we need to chase high, but also we need to protect any market downside. Because the market downside, it's going to drag down our average rate of return, annual rate of return, right? So that's why we need to look at the equation more through different lenses, understand the average rate of return we need to have, and also the risk protection we need to place in conjunction
Okay.
with it. Yeah. So I hope this is a long answer your question.
Oh yeah. Well, again, I'm one of my goals. I want to help people get a picture, especially younger people,
Yeah.
of the picture
Yeah.
of how money doubles. How you could be, and if you start now, just start investing $25 a week,
Mhm.
$50 a week, $100 a week. And if I'm not, again, I'm not a good math. So again,
Yeah.
you do $100 a week times what a year. That's what, $5,000 a year, $100 a week.
Mhm. So, or a little bit simple, right? Simple math, because I usually share with my clients, especially young clients out of college, age 20. I told them, right? Do you feel saving $1 million for retirement is it really far from where you are now, or you
Hmm.
feel this is doable? Most they will say, "Oh, this is too far, too far. I cannot even think 1 million. I don't know how that number." Right? I told them it's actually very easy. Breakdown is every day you save $10.
Mm.
Every day saving $10. So that means throughout the year you save 3,600. And
Okay.
for the next 40 years, you just need to make sure you put in an investment vehicle generating very stable 8% rate of return.
Hmm.
So by your age 60, you got a cool $1 million in sitting in your account. Now, as your advisor, I would advise you to put in a tax-free account first. Otherwise, it's that $1 million, let's say, sitting in your IRA account. That is still not your $1 million. That is your joint account with your favorite uncle. After your favorite uncle take whatever to share, right? That is your money. I'm sure you want to have your own million. Then in this case, put in a tax-free account, right? Whether it's a Roth, whether it's the life insurance vehicle we mentioned in tax code, it's called a 7702 plan. You can put it there, right? So these are just more visually people understand, right? Saving $10 every day for the next 40 years. $10 every day. Is it too much to save? Just like how I mentioned, right? They just need to cut out that 2 lattes you need just throughout the day, right? That's
Stop going to
$10.
McDonald's. I mean,
Exactly.
McDonald's about $12 now. So
Oh wow.
I I would about lunch at Quick Checks about $12 every day. So
Well, Reverend Jay, maybe starting from tomorrow, you want us to bring to work.
well, I have customers that pay for my lunch. So
Oh, that's very
Right.
good. So look at you. Yeah.
Very good. That's another.
we got business. Your customers pay for your lunch. They pay for your gas. They pay for your vehicles. All I need to do is go out and get more customers, and and then at the same time, I save money.
Very good. Very good.
Yep. And the money you save, you gotta invest it after you save enough for the emergency fund area. And you were trying to see visually about how to grow the money. Many people say have bank accounts, but what's the interest rate at a bank account? It's practically
0.001.
0%, right? It's like nothing. So the money in the account would grow, if anything, very, very slowly, very gradually.
Yeah.
The next step after you have covered your emergency funds is things to take on a little more risk for some little more growth. Like a lot of people always want the hottest stock tips out there, right? Like GameStop, whatever, GameStop, up and down, right? So your money can go up and down, but look at it now this year. If we put money in at the beginning of the year, I'm already 20% down because you can't count or forecast the growth of how much you have in the future of when you need it most, right?
Yeah.
The other area gives crediting strategies that could follow the market ups and downs, but gives you the downside protection. So your money can grow as the market performs. You can grow up with it, but when the market goes down, your money is protected from that downside, and you do not lose money. So this allows you to follow the market growth while blocking market losses. And that's another strategy that many people are not aware of. And that's what we're here to help educate people on their options.
Yeah, Reverend Jay, there's recent reports. I don't know if you've heard. There is a big difference when you work with licensed financial professional on your overall portfolio management. In general, see a steady 2 times more growth versus if you don't work with financial professionals.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend, right, especially for younger generations. We understand that we want to see double the money tomorrow, but in general, I would say in life, good things come very steadily, and we need to exercise the discipline. Just like the example I showed you, right? I showed you visually how to get $1 million in retirement accounts. We need to be very disciplined in the next 40 years, right? Like you mentioned, save $10 automatically every year, every day. And at the same time, needs to, like what Howard mentioned, to do risk protection. And we don't need to have crazy return, just 8%, very steady rate of return, right? Then we reach our $1 million. We don't need to chase, right? The Dogecoin or Bitcoin, right? Hoping it's going to double tomorrow. We just want to have very steady rate of return.
The thing, the part of the equation that we help take out for your benefit, because what we do is for your best interest, right? Is take the emotion out of this. As people see everything, they react. They're very reactionary. But we're seeing the long-term goal for you, and we're the fiduciary for you to do what's best for you.
Yeah. And on top of that, go ahead.
No, what happened then when I think I really got really big on, I seen the real value of investments was when Facebook went public. I think stocks was about $1 or something like that. I mean, and I had to match your money. I said, let me buy a couple stocks. Just buy a couple stocks. I bought a couple. Then about half a year later, I mean, it doubled. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh man, I need it. I said, this is fun. And so now, again, like any other habit, this is my thought. I'm always gonna have bills. That's not gonna change. So again, I save. I have saved here, I save there, I save in a regular bank account, I save in investments, stuff like that. Insurances. I'm looking at more. The more money I make, take a little bit more money and save more, because my goal is that when I turn 60, I want to be able to go to my account and say, okay, now I want to live off what I've actually saved throughout the years. And again, that's the way it works, and that's the way you have to really think about it. You may say, you know what, $10 a day is too much. $5 a day is too much. Start with $2. That's only what, $2 a day. Or if you start with a day, say you start with $1 a day, that's 30 days. That's $30 a month. Times that time a year. You saving that year, and then as you make more money in life, which you probably would, you save more. You instead of you taking that savings and buying a car, you take a percentage of that and put it toward your $30 a month. Make it $50 a month. Then make it 100. Then make it 200. And keep that same process going on and on and on.
Absolutely. Right. A lot of times, right, we understand talking about savings, right? That means we may have to, instead of going out every day, we cut it out, right? Going out 3 times a week, right? But it's a matter of balance.
Yes.
Right now, pleasure versus down the road. Do we want to have a good retirement life that we can enjoy everything this world can offer us? And then on top of that, right, again, that we as financial professional, financial advisor, we stress this all the time, that good things in life, it takes a little bit discipline. It takes a mid to long-term vision, right, to realize it. And for savings, for building our retirement future, financial future, we need to leverage these two as well, using a very disciplined approach, and also to have mid to long-term vision. Don't be panicked with the short-term market volatility, right? Sometimes our clients may be in a panic. They got out of markets, but they may just forego later on the bounce back. At the same time, right, to stay in the markets, right, and also talking to a professional. And our services are free. I usually tell all of my clients to use us. We're here to support you. This is why we are here. We're the money doctor. You just ask us any questions about money, tax. We will find solution for you.
Yeah, we really start with the personal financial education first.
That's good.
Because if you don't know what's going on, how can we help you? So we want to educate you first and make you be very knowledgeable and confident in any decisions you make. That's what we're here for.
No, guys, it's 30 minutes. We're about to wrap it up. Now, I know you've probably heard a lot about money, saving, insurances, taxes. I know. This is why you need yourself a financial planner. And they will, I'm telling you, they will walk you by the hand. They will show you what to invest, how to invest, and help you develop a financial plan for your life. So when you get to retirement, if you get there, and what you should plan for to get there, because you may get there. It's not always guaranteed, but you just may. I know young people say, "No, I'm not going to retire." Well, one day you're gonna wake up and say, "No, I don't want to go to work today."
Yeah, exactly.
And one day you may work long enough at your job where you can do that. Or you built a bit, you got lucky and you built a business big enough that is running its own, and you say, "No, I don't want to work anymore." But if you don't have nothing saved up, you still have to work.
Yeah.
So it's good to now get with a financial planner that can help you create a financial plan based upon where you are and where you want to go. And guess what? You guys can contact Howard and Maggie. How can they reach you?
Howard?
You could, our website is hmoy.us. Just simply go there. Our contact information is out there. Or contact us through you.
Yep. Either reach out to me and I'll put you in touch with them. I'm not a financial planner. I'm just a person on the show. I thought they would give you some good information about money.
Yeah, definitely. We love to help everybody, right? Yep. This is our favorite subjects, to help everybody, because this is one belief that we hold really true and dear to our hearts, that we need to be good managers of assets, right? So that's why we want to teach everybody, share with everybody money tips, tax tips. So all of us, we can be good managers for our own assets. So later on, we can do more good things in the world, right? We can support more nonprofit. We can support our church. We can do more things. So this is what we want to help everybody to achieve.
No, you're correct, because this past week I was on a men's conference, not men's conference, but men's ministry. And one of the things we were talking about was about money and working. And they said we should work the purpose of working is to get to the point where you can give with no strings attached.
Exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So again, we're done. Hopefully, Howard and Maggie will come on again in probably a couple months. Again, because this again is a lot of information about what you can do to save money, even on your taxes. I mean, and I don't know who don't want to save money on your taxes. I mean, there's many things you do, like the rich people do. There's many laws that are legal.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, to legally pay less taxes. Why not?
Yes.
Right?
So that you can do right now. You can get started. So by the time December 31st come, you're not worried about you'll probably get more back next year than you did last year. So hopefully I'll come back. We'll talk more about that. But for now, I thank you, Howard, Maggie. Thank you for coming on our show, giving us the tips. Hopefully you'll come back in a couple months and share some more.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Jay, for inviting us. Love to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Have a good, happy 4th of July weekend.
You too. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.